Welcome everypony to a fanfic reading of Bros in Equestria. Introductions. It was Saturday. One of those lazy Saturdays in late summer where you like to sit on your bed and do nothing. Which is precisely what you were doing. Nothing on earth could beat waking up, not having to go to class, and just letting your mind wander over the marvels of the internet. Your entire apartment was silent save for the fan you had trying to get rid of the heat and the occasional sound of your bro in the next room rummaging for glue or something. As you click on the 1000th link of the day, you notice that your room was significantly brighter than it was a minute ago. Looking up, you saw that yes, your blinds were still drawn, and that this light was blasting through them to illuminate your room like this. What the fuck? You were interrupted by the sound of wrenching wood, followed by a churning sensation that the entire apartment started spinning. You held onto the side of the bed with a kung fu grip that would make G.I. Joe proud. It was all you could do to avoid being tossed around like the rest of your things. Over the sound of your things clattering and the high-pitched whine that joined the blinding light, you could make out one sound you recognized. Fuck! Oh good. Your bro was handling this the same level of class he was famous for. There was no time to worry about him now. Your grip was slipping and you didn't want a lamp to the face. As suddenly as it had started, the white light and deafening noise vanished and gave way to a cyan blue and the sounds of birds chirping. Or at least it did before the resounding crash of concrete and the ground, followed by the scattico of all the things hitting the ground. Alright, what the fuck? You said, rubbing your head. You scrambled to your feet and burst into the hallway at the same time as your bro. He was stepping out of his room. What the tap-dancing Christ was that? He half-shouted, his eyes wide and breathing quickly. You have absolutely no doubt that your expression mirrors his own as you exhale in relief and lean against the wall. I have no idea. You okay? He seemed to calm down and rub the back of his head as he spoke. I conked my head when it started, but I'm fine. Can't say the same for my room. He groans. I know the feeling. I almost got flung off my bed, you say. You looked around to see that the table you kept in the hall had fallen over. You walk over and set it upright. If this table is over, then the rest of the furniture might have fallen too. Go check the front of the house and I'll take the back. Got it. Your bro stepped out of his room and started walking, waving his hand as he did. The back of your apartment really consisted of the two bathrooms. Apart from your medicine cabinets being emptied, there didn't seem to be that much damage. A quick check told you that the sink and showers weren't running, however. Damn. You returned to the hallway and saw your bro returning. You looked at him expectantly as you awaited the damage. With an annoyed look that constituted his normal face, he leaned against the wall to report. Rest of the house the same as we thought. Most of our shit's been knocked over. The TV's safe, thank God, but I wouldn't go into the kitchen, he said. You sighed in relief. That TV was the size of a dining table. You weren't looking forward to having to clean that mess. The bathrooms are more or less the same. But the weird thing is that the water isn't running, you say, jamming a thumb behind you. That got his attention. I tried both the kitchen light and the fridge light. Nothing. Stove won't even turn on either, he said. You reach a hand up and stroke your chin. That's weird. You think that the light thing cut the lines to the... You were interrupted for the second time today by a brash-sounding voice coming from outside. I'm telling you! This big box zapped into the air over here and fell to the ground. Your bro and you exchange a glance. People, you say. He walked to the front of the door and went for the peephole. Your bro silently stepped into his room and started throwing things around. Damn, the peephole glass got cracked when you crashed to the ground. All you could make out were some inconsistent blobs on the other side of the door. You heard your bro coming up behind you. What have we got? He asked in a matter-of-fact tone. I can't tell, you replied. The glass is broken. Before you could respond, a second voice spoke up outside, this one much quieter. I hear voices, it yelped. No shit. Whatever they are, they know we're in here, your bro whispered, unease creeping into his voice. Think we should open the door? You whispered back, no less on edge. Better to get this over with quick before they decide to let themselves in. You nod. Okay, on 3. 1. You grip the door handle, tight and unlock the padlock. 2. You could hear your bro make a small movement, preparing for whoever was on the other side. 3! As you flung open the door, the both of you stopped dead in your tracks at what you saw. What the fuck? Standing before you were 6 waist-high multicolored horses, each of their faces aghast in what they were seeing. Your brain could barely process what it was seeing, the only sound escaping from your lips resounding, for a few seconds that felt like the most awkward eternity ever passed, and you felt like you might have just keeled over then and there. Your bro eventually broke that silence for you, however. But we got napa we nabong, he said without taking his eyes off your new guest. The purple horse in the lead got a confused look on his face and pulled back. Excuse me? She countered. You speak English, your bro said, relaxing a small bit. The purple horse lowered herself and grew a nervous smile. Yes. Well then, my name is Twilight Sparkle, and these are my friends. Who are you? She asked. It was your turn to speak, but you knew better than to give your real name to strange people, let alone strange horses who spoke. Anan. My name's Anan. This Twilight horse nodded at you, the same smile on her face. Okay then. And you are? She asked, turning to your bro. He gave a quick, annoyed glance at you before meeting her gaze again. Mouse. You can call me Mouse, he said. The purple horse nods at the two of you and offers a warm smile. Anan and Mouse. Hi there. As I said, I'm Twilight Sparkle, and these are my friends, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy. You and Mouse looked over to the assembled equines. What are you guys? The one you assumed to be Rainbow Dash asked. We're humans, and this is our house. We don't really know what's going on. Can either of you give us an idea? Before anyone could respond, your vision was overcome by a pink wall of hair and face. Oh my gosh, your house just landed in the middle of this field, and then you two guys just walked out, and hi, I'm Pinkie Pie. It said faster than you thought possible. Another horse spoke up, a tan one this time. Pinkie Pie, get down from there. Y'all ain't help put these fellers at ease when you ask your questions like that. That one had a southern accent. Did they have a Kentucky here? Pinkie Pie zipped back to her original place before you could react and turn to the new house. Horse. Sorry, Applejack, but you know how excited I get when I meet new people, she said. She started bouncing up and down halfway through that sentence. They also seem to have meth here, whatever the here is. A yellow horse stepped out from behind Twilight. Excuse me, but what are the two of you? She said. This must be Fluttershy then. She does her name credit. We're people, Mouse said. He must have finally gotten his brain together. People? You know, humans, you attempted to clarify. Fluttershy tilted her head and gave a look that could melt glaciers. I've never heard of a human before. Well, I've never heard of a talking horse before, Mouse all but spat out. Damn it. Mouse had had that temper since you were kids, and it just bit him in the ass. Okay, now everyone looks offended. Excuse me, came a sharp voice from the back. We are not horses, we are ponies, and you'll do well to call us as such. Since you knew everyone else's name, you assume this is Rarity. Mouse's eyes squint as he stares at Rarity. Ponies, he says flatly. Exactly that, huffed Rarity. Not horses, he said again, with the same annoyed tone. Yes, she responded, her own annoyance becoming apparent. Second most awkward moment of the day passes as Mouse and Rarity have some sort of staring contest, silent argument. You hear him sigh. Right. He says he tries to end the argument and save face at the same time. So as not to offend your new acquaintances, you step in. I'm sorry for my friend here. Our arrival here was a bit rough. Can any of you tell us where we are? This doesn't look like the city. Now they look confused instead of offended. You guess that's an improvement. Twilight steps up with her expression showing equal parts concern and curiosity. You're in Equestria. Where else would you be? Oh, shit. Mouse caught that. Equestria? The land of pastel ponies is called Equestria. Where do you all live? Philadelphia? He said with a grin. No, we live in Ponyville. Philadelphia's a ways away, Twilight said without a hint of sarcasm. He clearly wasn't expecting a straight answer. Right. He all but stammered out. Holy shit. Someone actually rendered Mouse speechless. Okay, Miss Twilight, was it? Can you tell me and my friend how we got to Equestria? You ask, trying not to let your amusement show. I can't certainly try, she answers as she walks up to the wall of your house. It was a miracle that the walls stayed intact as they did. They looked all in one piece, so you wouldn't have to worry about the roof collapsing at least. Twilight stood near the wall and closed her eyes as what looked like a horn on her head started to glow a light pink. There's residual magical energy all over your home, but I can't tell what kind, she says, opening her eyes. I'm sorry. It's, okay, you say. A purple unicorn just did something to your house and was talking about magic. You still are fairly open to the possibility that you had a horrible food poisoning and this was just the dream you were having in a hospital somewhere. It's strange that I can't place this magic, Twilight said as she eyed the apartment curiously. Twilight turned to her friends. Girls, I think we need to bring Anon and Mouse to Camelot and see if the princesses can help, she said. Mouse was wisely keeping his mouth shut about the place called Camelot after what happened last time. But you were more interested in the other part of that statement. Princesses? These ponies had speech, town, and even government? I think there's a train leaving in an hour or so, Rainbow Dash commented as she flew up to your roof. We can make it there if we go now. Wait, flew? How did you miss her wings? You look over the remaining 4 ponies in front of you. Rarity had a horn like Twilight, while Fluttershy had wings to her side. Applejack and Pinkie Pie looked normal, however. Good idea, Rainbow, Applejack said as they turned to you. Are you two okay with that? Having no idea where you were and with your holy shit meter busted all to hell with what you've seen in the past 10 minutes, you feel like some of the sort of plan could do you some good. Sure, you answer, if you think it'll help. Great, follow me, said Twilight with a smile. She turned and walked away, leading her friends as you started to follow. After a few steps, you turned back to Mouse, still standing in the doorway. You coming, bro? You ask. He shook his head and took his shocked expression with him. Yeah, right behind you, he said as he started after you. The two of you walked in silence, the both of you taking inventory of your situation. Talking ponies were taking you to see their monarch, to figure out why your apartment fell out of the sky. By train, it seemed, too. Food poisoning was looking even more likely. End of introduction.